We all know that teachers are underpaid, but by how much? Exactly why are they underpaid? And does it affect the way that they teach? That's what we're talking about on today's Angel Dodger.
I've got to take it further! No! Goku! Times
4! You are Ashley, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're a teacher.
Yes, I am.
You've been teaching for a couple of years now.
This is my 4th year.
Yeah, kindergarten, pre-K.
Pre-K.
Okay. So you basically go with the notion that teachers are underpaid.
Yes.
How much so?
Like infinite amounts. I work at a private school, and private school teachers are paid even less than public school teachers, and public school teachers are not paid nearly enough. So.
Well, why is it that? Why do you think that it is that private school teachers get paid less?
That's a good question. I am not sure because I know the level of work I do is more than I would be doing at a public school, but it all has to do with the way the money from parents gets funneled into the school for different things because it's not directly going to teachers' paychecks, and tuition that they have to pay gets spread out amongst a bunch of different things, especially when it's an organization that is built, when it's an organization that's like inside itself that doesn't take money from other places. It relies on that for like everything. It relies for all the salaries, for expanding the school, for projects, for supplies of all different kinds. And so when you're getting that amount of money and you have to give it to a whole staff, and you also have to provide for the school in a bunch of different ways, and for the space as well, and for all the kids, it turns to be a really, really small amount for everything.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm assuming that when you go to school for that, it's hard to pay off those loans once you get out, especially if you go to a good university.
I am $120,000 in debt, and I will never see outside of that.
Okay, but aren't there some loan programs that are specifically for teachers that go to school that make it easier to pay the loans back?
That is true. There are forgiveness programs. However, you need to be working for, they have specific guidelines, and you need to be like working for a nonprofit organization or a public school for a certain amount of years, and it has to be kindergarten up. So I can't qualify because I'm a pre-K teacher. So it doesn't matter, and I work at a private school. It doesn't matter how much I've been working there. For a while I was like, oh, I'll be able to do that, and I don't count.
I didn't mean this episode to be that depressing. I was hoping there'd be something.
My apologies. I can talk about kids. That'll be fun.
No, but this is real stuff. So
But it's dark because, back to your question where you were talking about, does it affect the way people teach? Yes.
Yes.
I love this. This is all I've ever wanted to do, and every day I feel like I'm so glad I'm doing this. But seeing how much loans I have to pay back, seeing that like I'm living paycheck to paycheck even though I have a good salary, it is so impossible to get out of this mindset of just like, how can I do this? How can I possibly do this? And teachers get burned out in their first few years, and then they all quit. And that's what happens. You have young, bright, happy, engaging, progressive, smart teachers that are going out there and that are so excited, and they're putting like 110% in their first few years, and then they're dying. And so then the people that are staying there are people that have tenure, who are way older and who've been doing it forever and don't need to leave because they are really got a cushy space there. But also who are not forward-thinking people, who are stuck in their ways and don't want to get with the times to see what like children are engaged with now, or things that are important in lives now, like technology or things like that. So they're not teaching our children of today. And those are the people that are staying, while young, like interested teachers
Who understand
what's going on and are looking to change education and change the way schools work and change like just what's happening in the classroom, because there are different approaches that people are like really studying. They're too burned out to stay. People say teachers are underpaid, and that's what they're talking about all the time. And then a lot of people on the other side of that are like, you get summers off and you leave work at 3:30. People need to hear that I look at every student, that I write papers on each student, that I help each kid get past their barrier, their challenge, their hurdle in every discipline in the classroom. That I stay there till 5:30 on most days and 8 on later days when I have to prepare for something. Mm-hmm. That I work on weekends, that I plan in the summer. That all of that is teaching too. And it's all included in, and I'm not the only person that does it. All teachers are using their own money to buy supplies for the classroom. All teachers are like staying later than they need to and staying later than they get paid for to be finishing work that needs to get done in the classroom. All teachers are thinking about what to do the next year when it's summertime. Nobody's getting paid for that. People need to hear that. People need to hear there's this much work going on, and that's why teachers are underpaid. I feel like this interview is skewed negatively because I was talking about the hard parts of being a teacher, but being a teacher is one of the most rewarding things, and I love it so much, and I would never give it up.
Yeah, I mean, again, you don't do it unless you love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for showing up and giving your insight on being a teacher. I am Angel Dodger, and I will see you next time. If you like this video, check out my most recent video on the left, which talks about how your inner game affects how you approach girls, and the video in the middle, which talks about the struggles you have to face when you're in college. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.